welcome to this month's episode of What's for Dinner. Today I'm making another stovetop only dish, a Sloppy Joe mac and cheese. Before the camera started rolling, I did some prep work. First thing that I did was I cut up one onion, which we're going to put into a saucepan in a moment. Right now I have some elbow noodles that are boiling on the stove. That's what is going to be taken care of first. When the noodles are done boiling, I'm going to put a big saucepan, which you can kind of see off over there, onto the stove. The onions are going to go into that. The onions will get brown, and then we're going to add in a pound of ground beef. But for now, we're just going to wait until the noodles boil. In addition to the macaroni and the beef that I had just mentioned, you're also going to need the following: chili powder, Worcestershire sauce, crushed tomatoes, brown sugar, mozzarella, salt and pepper, and some parsley. The recipe also calls for a little bit of garlic, but most of you know I don't really put garlic into my food, so I am not putting garlic into this. The noodles look like they're boiling very nicely. They should be done here really shortly. Once they're done, I'll remove them, drain them, and then put the bigger saucepan on and put the onions in. Alright, the noodles are just about done. I'm going to go and put the onions in the pan here to get them ready. I'm going to get out my strainer. Alright, I'm going to drain these. And drain. And a pound of boiled elbow noodles. I'm going to set this off to the side right here. They will go in later. Once the onions have cooked well enough, that's when you're going to add the ground beef. So the onions are cooking very nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add in my pound of ground beef that I have right here. Now we let the ground beef cook until it's brown before we add the next set of ingredients. So the meat is almost cooked all the way through. The next three ingredients that go in are going to be the Worcestershire sauce, the chili powder, and the brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of both the Worcestershire sauce and the chili powder, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, as I've done in the past, when it comes to like Worcestershire sauce and things that I shake out of containers, I don't usually measure them, but I will measure the brown sugar considering that I have it inside of a bag like this. While the beef is finishing up, I'm going to go and grab my tablespoon, put it in this container. Chili powder and Worcestershire sauce over and get ready. First, we'll add the chili powder. Next, we'll add the Worcestershire sauce. Finally, the brown sugar. Alright, these 2 things are done, so they're going to get put back where they're supposed to go. Now we get ready to add the next thing, our can of crushed tomatoes, which I have to open. Dump this whole jar in. Or can, rather. Let that simmer for a little bit. Now's the time when you can add some salt and pepper to the mixture. Now you let it simmer for a little bit before you add the pasta. Alright, the simmering's done-ish, so I'm now going to go ahead and add in my pasta. I have absolutely no clue how this is all going to fit in this pan, but I guess we'll see. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, this is interesting. I don't think I can fit any more inside of this pot. Thankfully, there's very little else that has to go in here. Bringing it up from the bottom, because that's the only way it's working. Can't mix it anymore. This pan is apparently not big enough. Alright, I'm going to let that do whatever it's doing for a moment, and we'll be right back. Now, the fun part comes when we add our cheese. You're going to add half. Well, it calls for 2 cups, and this bag is exactly 2 cups. So you're going to put in 1 cup, mix it in, and then put the other cup on top and let it melt. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's try it here. So let's put some cheese here. Now let's mix. I mean, it's kind of working. Okay, now the rest goes on top. Garnish with a little parsley, and that's it. You're done. I mean, I pick it up. Here, I'll take the camera over there so you can see it. Again, it looks pretty. It's just very full. Alright, I'm going to get this set up and have some of this. Hopefully it turned out well. Alright, well, I mean, it looks good. It smells good. Let's give it a whirl. Yeah, it's good. Tastes like this beef and macaroni thing my mom used to make when I was in middle school. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's for Dinner. there's any recipes that you know that you would like to see me make, leave them below in the comments and I'll check them out. Until then, take care, God bless, and I'll see you next time.